Unfortunately, the owner is also taking me to court.
Huh?
Yeah. Inside these walls is Arlington County. This building is responsible for the fate of my business. Wow, guys, isn't it a beautiful day to get sued? It's cloudy outside. It was just raining about 10 minutes ago. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. I gotta go to court. It's an absolutely beautiful day to get sued. The situation is today I'm going to Arlington, Virginia courthouse because I am getting sued by my landlord. There's gonna be no shade to my landlord whatsoever, but I gotta tell you the story and why I'm getting sued for over $14,000. And I risk eviction as well, which would totally suck because I've been in business 6.5 years in real estate. And if I get sued and I'm evicted, that will stay in my record for years and years to come. But here's what happened exactly. I started an Airbnb business 6.5 years ago. And the reason I started is because I want a cash flow. I'm 22 years old. I don't really have a lot of cash. I'm working at Target as a manager, making $19 an hour, by the way. And I'm like, I need to make more money. So what I decided to do is I decided to start an Airbnb business after being told the idea by my cousin. I bought a $1,000 course. I asked my parents for $2,000. My mom specifically helped me out with $2,000 to help buy the furniture while I put more money in for the rent. And then I started and scaled my business from there. I got a $50,000 loan from the bank after 2 years. I got a 6-year loan at 7.5% interest rate. So I think I'm cool. I think I'm chilling. I used that money to expand my business and be able to get bigger houses. Fast forward to where we are now with this house. Well, with this house, it is a nearly 7,000 square foot house. It's in Arlington, Virginia, right outside of DC. I look at the property. I'm like, this property is great. It's incredible. So I decided to call up the owner, see if I could get a tour of the property. I tell her about my deal for Airbnb. Now, she wasn't completely sold in the beginning, but she was opening to hearing me out. I love the place. It's modern. It's near DC, about 15 minutes. What's not to love? This place is $8,500 a month. Now, in order to actually get to secure this home, I did pay her more than what she was requesting a normal tenant to pay her. I have no problem with it. And again, this is no shade to my landlord whatsoever, but fast forward to this situation. We're making bank, we're making good money. I'm paying my rent somewhat on time. I only say somewhat on time because we had one specific check that not arrived to her account on time because it got misdirected and went to the wrong address. But then I actually, I gave her another check and it went right to her account. But now we have a situation with the zoning department. They don't like me there. They don't like the fact that I have these different homes. They don't like the fact that I'm operating a home that they feel is not my primary residence when it actually is. I went as far as to go to the DMV months ago and secure a license that says that that's my home. But they're sending me letters to that particular Airbnb, essentially asking me to desist. They're asking me to stop operating Airbnb. Again, shout out to them. They're just doing their job. It's not really on them. But I'm in a situation where I have an Airbnb where it's $8,500 a month. It is making some profit. I don't want to let this property go. I have to go to court right now in order to try to plead my case. And I did everything that I can to get the actual permit, which is the problem. They feel like I don't have a permit right now in order to be able to operate this business. I go to the zoning department and I tell them, I said, hey, I have my license. Can you please update this and give me my permit? I'm going to court today. They told me, I'm sorry, but the zoning department had a half day. So they work from 8:30 a.m. or something like that to 12 p.m. and then they cut it. They were done for the day. I drove an hour to get to the courtroom at 2 p.m. So we're in a situation right now where I have these Airbnbs. My business is up in the air, but now we got to go to a courtroom and settle this because if I get evicted, this is going to be a stain in my record. It's going to be harder for me to rent an apartment. But let's go to the courtroom and see what happened. Pray for me, and I'm hoping for the best. Let's go. It's gonna sound like I'm making this up. I'm actually going to court today for 2 separate cases. The plaintiff of, the other I'm the defendant of. The other case that we're in is between me and my mother. So me and my mom are actually together in a case of fighting my landlord at a separate property. No joke, guys. I'm gonna make this call. I'm just gonna make this call right now. Hey mom, how's it going? We have a situation where with the house that we are renting at Jacksonville.
Yeah.
So that house in particular, the owner had been getting some letters from the county
Yeah.
basically saying, you know, we know you're doing Airbnb. We want you to get a permit and everything. And the situation that I'm in right now is at the exact same time that we have our court today. Unfortunately, the owner is also taking me to court.
Huh?
Yeah.
So she want you to stop the lease.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do. About 2.5 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, we rented out a 6-bedroom house in Arlington, Virginia. And this property was, you know, pretty good, not as nice as this other one that I'm also getting sued. And the landlord rented it to us for Airbnb. Now, this landlord in particular, we don't have a good relationship with at all right now. First year of business was great. We were making so much money. We're paying our landlord every single month, but they don't get to touch our profits. It was very, you know, easy for me to see that the landlord despited us for that a little bit. He wanted part of our profit, but we had a contract that says he doesn't get any of our profit. So here we are today to where about a year ago, actually, we actually decided not to extend to the 3rd year. Now, part of our contract says that once we leave, as long as the home is in good condition, we get our money back. We get that whole $7,750 back as a deposit. He went ahead and wrote a bunch of fake things on a piece of paper. I think he said something like $6,000 or something crazy like that, based off of damages that you guys did towards the home. We didn't do any damage to his home whatsoever. We fought that case. We took him to court for it. And guess what? We decided to take him to court because he did not pay us back the money that he owed us. And if we put just a little bit more to the story, he then goes ahead and texts me, I will not be in town for our future court date, which is today, right? The guy is literally trying to run out of town in order not to pay us. But the legal system doesn't work that way. So now I'm going to court as a plaintiff and I'm going to court as a defendant in the same day, and get this, the same hour. Both of them are 2 p.m. cases. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. So now I'm fighting this, and we're heading to zoning department right now to see if I can get a permit last second beforehand. I got to call up my landlord. So I'm trying to just get this done with and at least not have that be the situation. And hopefully I can keep the Airbnb, keep running it, but we'll see.
A few moments later.
Okay, so I'm finally here in Arlington and we are at the zoning department. I gotta park my car and now I gotta pay to park. Whoever said paying $4.49 is fair for 1 hour to park your car, like, I don't know what that's about. Like, screw you, man. I'm gonna pay this and we'll head up in there right now. So I finally made it, and inside these walls is Arlington County. This building is responsible for the faith of my business, and always including taxation. There's something called an Arlington business license tax. So my business gets taxed 0.3% for every single dollar that I make over $100,000. I made $1 million last year in revenue. Arlington charged me $3,600 in taxes that I have to pay every single year that I'm in business. And it goes up the more that I do. So that means that as a business owner, the better that I do, the more money that I make, the more I owe these guys money. It does not even include federal tax, state tax. But the difference between this and federal tax and state tax is I would much rather pay federal tax. And the reason why is that federal tax, I can lower my tax rate by just applying certain deductions. Deductions like my rent, utilities, expenses. But with Arlington business tax, you can't deduct anything. They go based off of your revenue. They don't go based off of your net profit. I'm not an accountant any type of way, but I'm just trying to let you know. I'm not happy about it one bit, but let's go inside and take care of this, man. They're open today? Okay, that's good news. I had a case pending I had an Airbnb business. All right, guys, so they got me in this private room right here, trying to go through the process. I told them I got to be at the courtroom at 2 p.m. It's currently 11 a.m. right now. They have this screen right here up. There might be somebody that talks to me.
So, okay, you had a permit and submitted one of 25 that was denied. See, denied for the following reason: applicant must reside at property for at least 185 days per year. It has, and if you have a tenant at the property that could apply for accessory homestay permit in their name, if they will reside at the property for 185 days. Okay, that was the first one. Then you had this new one that was submitted 20 a permit for 26, and you apply for the permit. So you apply for the permit.
I applied for the permit. I believe I applied for this new permit within like the last, if I would say like the last 2 months. After I applied for it, I received an email about. And just like that, it's official. I was approved. Arlington accessory homestay permit has been approved. We are good to go, guys. I literally have a court date in less than 1 hour. Met with the lady. We did a virtual call up in there. She was basically telling me that she needs extra proof in order to see that I'm actually a primary resident. So I had to submit a utility bill, which was my Dominion Energy. I had to show the lease, which was already updated in there. And I had to resubmit my driver's license that I got of the address that I am looking to get the permit has to be the same address. So I submitted all that, took about an hour and a half up in there, but we got it done, guys. We got the permit. This is huge. This is absolutely huge, and this is a win. Now I'm gonna go ahead and call up my landlord and let her know that I have the permit. And if I still gotta go to the courtroom today, I asked her to print this out so I can show the judge. We are good to go. Let's move on. Woo! Basically, here's what happened. First off, I get in there, I get a text message before I get inside because I can't have my phone in there. And my landlord says, okay, I'll let my lawyer know about this and talk to you inside. So we go inside, we talk to the judge, and the judge says that, well, you submitted the paper, but what we need you to do, or we need our lawyer to do, is we actually need that lawyer of the plaintiff to be able to review your submission to make sure and verify that's correct. So technically, I have another court date on May 26th at 2 p.m. So I got to be back here, but hopefully they check that out and see that, yes, I am approved. My permit is submitted. And since my permit is submitted, once the landlord finds out or verifies that it's submitted, she's going to go ahead and waive it. So that means that the case is closed. Now, when it comes to the landlord didn't show up for my other case, right? The case where I'm the plaintiff and we're suing the landlord. He didn't show up for that. And next up, we're actually gonna have to wait some more. So the case has been pushed back, not because he didn't show up, but because PNC Bank, his bank, has not confirmed that they actually got the what do they call that? What do they call that? Oh, the serve. So the PNC Bank has not confirmed that we've served them yet. So they're not able to garnish his wages. But once they confirm that they served him, we're going to be able to garnish his wages, take that money out of his account, and we up from there. So hopefully he hasn't moved the money out of his account. We'll see, but I'm just happy, man. I'm happy to have my case potentially dropped, and I'm happy that me and my mom, especially my mom, because she was part of this other deal that we did, she can get her deposit back and we can move on from this. Let's make it happen.